Hello, folks, and welcome back to another review and thoughts on. Now, I had seen Anna, also known as apparently uh, Mindscape. Funny enough, there's barely any reviews for this movie on YouTube. Actually, there's some, but it's like a lot of Hindi, Indian, I guess, people reviewing the movie. I guess it's a hit over there. But, this movie, it's made. It's not made by the director of, or the makers of. It's not directed by the maker of Orphan. It's the director of Orphan and Nonstop Presents. I love on the poster how it says that like it's his movie, but it's not really. But I don't know how to say this director's name. This is his first film. I gotta say, I actually didn't mind this film. I mean, it's a drama, sci-fi, or not sci-fi, I'm sorry. There's some little bits of sci-fi in this because it deals with, this mind detective, or memory detective, I'm sorry. These people are called memory detectives, where they can take a person into their memories and pretty much find out, you know, what happened, or whatever for a case or whatever, to prove if they're innocent, kinda. Even that's kind of shaky, apparently. But pretty much it follows a man with the ability to enter people's memories, takes on a case of a brilliant, troubled 16-year-old girl to determine whether she is a psychopath or a victim of trauma. It stars Mark Strong, who I thought was actually a pretty good actor in this. He plays John, the detective guy, who's studying this girl. Tessa Farmiga, pretty much Vera Farmiga's, I'm going with younger sister. And Brian Cox, who's not really in this that much. He's in it, but he's more of a background character. Like, he's sort of like a confidant, superior to our lead guy. You have other actors as well, but they're not really much to run home about. But yeah, the way it's shot is decent. It's it is a decent budgeted film. Like, there's not much. It's not a gory film really at all. It deals more with the mind because he takes her pretty much back into element or certain periods in her mind, and even some of that. Like, this movie is more psychological stuff, and after watching it, and the way it ends, it was kind of abrupt to me. It was really abrupt. I don't want to give it away, but yeah, this girl, Anna, who she's a bit odd, but you can't tell if she's, manipulating him in a way, or if she's really been through some stuff and that's what's made her the way she is and looked at. Because when he first meets her, like, he's assigned to her because she refuses to eat, so she's going on a hunger strike. So um, gives that's what makes John go. He gets assigned to her, and then of course they do the sessions where he goes back in her mind, and the movie is a decent mystery for sure. Like, you're not sure about this girl, and also you're not sure about John and his sanity because he starts seeing stuff. Not really scary stuff. A little bit creepy, uh, kind of ghost-like almost, but it's not in a way. it's hard to explain without spoiling. Um, but yeah, I mean, should I spoil the movie? Screw it. I guess I'll spoil it. You find out she's not really, um, okay. I guess she sorta is a little bit mentally, off, because in her memories, some stuff did go down when she was a child, and she mentally scarred from some stuff. But then you find out she's been manipulating even her memories, false memories, when they when John goes into her mind. So then even I'm starting to question what's real in her what's real memories of hers versus the fake ones that she just made up. And then you have a subplot with a teacher that was not really a subplot, but it's sort of a one, but it's not. Where did he, take advantage of her, or did he not? You find out like he took pictures of like these other underage students of his, and then, but the weirdest thing though was um, the fact that Brian Cox's character didn't want uh, John to look at the files, but then he lets him eventually, and like in the third act, pretty much after everything comes together, he realizes, oh, she set me up this whole time because she gave him the key to the security or the surveillance cameras, pretty much room. Um, you know, he there was medicine because pretty much she staged the whole thing where towards the end where she drugged her parents. Even the stepdad, you can sort of question his motives if he's even a decent guy, which probably I don't think he is, because you see in a memory of hers where he was cheating on the mom with one of the maids, um, and then she even manipulates the memory of Brian Cox's character, uh, false falsely putting him in her memory to make it look like he, you know, did something to her as a child, and it turns out that never happened. Um, but yeah, this whole time she's really been studying how to. Uh, she's been studying John's abilities as well, which is funny. He's been studying her, like getting down to the bottom of everything, but really she's been studying him as well. So, um, but yeah, and then throughout the movie you see like a shadowy guy, but turns out it's actually another memory detective. Because then John pretty much gets framed, and because they think he killed her, I guess, and stuff like that. So then he gets locked up. And I thought the movie was going to end on a downbeat where, oh, I guess we're going to end it where he's in jail and we got to wait for him to get out if he gets out. But then, no, the movie is weird where it has like almost like a happy ending in a way, because then John gets out of jail. Because uh, I guess the memory detective guy was able to, talk to the judge or whatever, and he's free. And then he goes to the one maid that also got taken out of the movie, most of the movie. And then we're not sure if she was even pushed by Anna, which the security camera didn't. It looked like it didn't even show anybody push her. It looked like she just tipped over the railing. But whatever. Um, but yeah, overall, like the movie, I thought was all right. It did get boring at the beginning. I know it's trying to build suspense and character. I mean, you sort of do sympathize with the Anna character at first, and in a way you kind of do, but then I mean we learn about our lead guy that he had a wife and a newborn, and the newborn died, and then the mom or the wife she would make her go back to her memories of when the newborn was born, and then eventually he refused to do that because that was unhealthy for her to stay in that mindset. So then she became depressed. Then she, I guess, killed herself, and he, I guess, years took years off of doing, um, you know, memory detectiving. Um, but yeah, the movie overall, it's acted well. Um, Tessa Farmiga was really good in it. Um, she didn't really, she wasn't bad in any scenes really, except maybe one scene where I couldn't really, where she's like pleading with John to help her not be sent to a mental institution, because that's really the whole. That's why he wants to investigate more, so she doesn't get taken away. Because then pretty much the stepdad would have, because pretty much her family's like filthy rich. Like they showed a house, and like this house is like Bruce Wayne type of house. I think they even have a gate. You got security cameras. But yeah, pretty much movie ends abruptly where he goes to see the one maid, because they sort of had like a thing going on at the beginning, and then she got taken out, put into the hospital, and then I guess that towards the end, right at the end, he knocks on her door. I guess, oh, you're acquitted for you know underage girls on your computer, and I guess you're found not guilty or innocent or whatever. So okay, come on in my house. I mean, what? But yeah, I guess they cleared. But I mean, I guess so because the memory detective guy was able to see that he wasn't into that. But I'm like, dude, the fact that you're like looking through all these files and see all these girls, because he doesn't just click on like one file of like Anna. There's like an entire file of all these other girls, students that I guess this teacher had. Um, it's funny enough, like John, he continues to like look at each uh picture of these other girls. I'm like, dude, you saw like one or two, so you need to cut that out. No, he does. He just leaves them on his computer as well. I'm like, if the whoever like doesn't trace that in your computer already, like, and I laugh like when they were like, we found files of these students on your computer. What do you have to say about that? Like, oh, so you should have just not dove into that part of stuff. But but yeah, the movie overall is decent. It didn't end in a crappy downbeat ending where he gets locked up for life or whatever. He actually gets to live his life. I guess he's going to try to date that maid lady. Um, I guess Anna's going to just, because pretty much this whole movie she just wanted to leave and get away from her parents, so she decides to pretend to be dead, but then she sends him a postcard of her being alive in a red rose. So then she just walks off and off camera, and then the movie ends. Um, but yeah, that was like abrupt to me. But I would say give it a watch if you like psychological films. Um, it's decently made. Um, but yeah, it's the same studio, the same people it made, or part of the same people it. I think it's the director of Orphan that produced this movie. Really, that's what he did. He produced this movie, but he made Orphan. I would say I like Orphan more than this, but I didn't mind this. I thought it was a decent watch. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this review, and make sure to give it a like and hit the notification bell, and comment. Thanks for watching, and take care.
Touch me, dear.